G'day guys, in preparation for the tournament for the mod Award at War, I'll be going through all the balance changes, some of the units, and just the interesting stuff that you may not know without knowing what the backend is. So this tournament I'm thinking of changing the format to make it a bit different, possibly having two sides, Axis and Allies, and having the people who join on both sides stuck to a particular nation. So if one person is Finland, they'll have to be that for the entire series, and also making it less about individuals or more about the whole team result, such as the Allies will win or the Axis will win, and making it also potentially based on territory on a map, maybe having a particular nation holding one area and that area is a specific part of the map, or areas, or holding areas which represent maps in the game. I don't know, some ideas I'm throwing around just to make it a bit interesting and different, or maybe just running it like any other normal tournament. So interesting to see. I'll be interested to see your ideas on that. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Okay, for USA, what's changed is the assault squads are 5 MP cheaper. You got your shotgunners, which are 10 MP cheaper. They're going to be a lot more viable. I think this is probably one of the biggest changes for USA, which will bring shotgun back to the meta. Then you also have cheaper units such as the M16's a bit cheaper. I don't think that will make much of a difference. A Scott, 10 MP cheaper. You have your tank destroyers, also 10 MP cheaper. Then you have your OSS agent, which is 2 special points. It has stealth and can signal a 6-pounder drop with its AT grenade. So it can stick behind lines and pop it anywhere he wants, but obviously there's going to be smoke which may reveal your position. It's more for set piece play, so if you want to flank something and you have 2 units, or 1 unit on the other side, 6-pounder can be on the side so it doesn't know which way to face. Sherman 76 Fury, this is veteran 76, better accuracy and reload rate. This could be, I think, a decent choice to keep on the pressure as USA. Counter a H, kind of counter a H, and then you can buy it with a Croc and Marine still, so a little bit less pressure, but you can have a choice of an extra tank. Otherwise, yep, T95 probably not going to be useful unless it's a really big team game, but it's pretty much invulnerable from the front. So there's USA, guys. Oh, forgot to mention, Elite Marksman, obviously all nations will have 5 accuracy now, less hit points, 250, less grenades, 1 each, and they're probably better at shootout than just by mass grenades. Now we have for the German nation, the changes. Firstly, I'll just go through some of the changes which affect all nations. MGs are cheaper for all nations, as you can see with the German ones. It will be very good because they do have good MGs. Elite Marksman as well, still has the higher accuracy, less hit points, less grenades. Then the artillery, you see the mortars are cheaper from I think 350, 320, and you also have a cheaper pack 40 to 400 from 1220. Then you have the artillery pieces which are cheaper all across the board, as you can see. For German specifically, we can now go through the changes for them. They've got the BMW bike, which is cheaper by 5 MP, 5 I think so. Then you have the Puma's a bit cheaper too at 300, not 320, I believe. Then you also have the Tankette, which is back in. Then you have the Flak Panzer, which has been put in. Goliath is now not a special unit, as it is not useful. It can now possibly be bought at 250, and there you get a Puma Pack 40 as well. You also do have a few changes with the tanks. You've got the Mini P3 OZF for 280 MP. And I think that's pretty much the changes on the MP situation. For the SP, here you have the Flamingo, which is 2 special points, but it comes at a 1 special point timer. So at the same time as the Vet, Sniper and Panzerfaust squad, this could be used as a pressure to kind of give Germany a bit of a change from defense to pressure. Then you have the Onesie, which is pretty crazy. It's a YOLO tank, it's extremely fast, as you can see. Not something I would use myself, but look at that. Panzer Shreks galore. 2 special points, quite expensive, but Supreme YOLO vehicle. Hetzer, this actually comes out 30 seconds I believe, I'm pretty sure, 30 seconds after the normal 3 special points. So Kruk will come out earlier than this, but after that you got the Hetzer, which is very, very, very formidable and can counter Shermans. Just comes out a bit later. Then you have the Veteran Panther, which is 6 special points, but comes out at the 7 special points timer. Then you have the all these other artillery pieces, which probably won't be useful in a small game, but in a 3v3 or so, does a massive damage. And you have the Jag Tiger and the Karl Thor, which we probably won't see much of. For the Soviets, what do we have again? We have obviously MG's cheaper, etc. Elite Marksman, remember those changes, very important. Bike is cheaper as well for the Soviets. Then you have, I think the ZSI 3 is cheaper, and the artillery is definitely cheaper. SU 1-2 is cheaper. Then you have in the support weaponry, T26 is back, and no other changes. I think that's it. Then in the tanks, you do have the lighter T34, which is back. Oh no, that's already been back in the last few patches. AS2, sorry. T-57 is more expensive at 540 MP now. And I think that's pretty much it. Then in the tank destroyers, I believe that is it as well. I think SE100 is cheaper. This as well. So in the special points you have the charge, which is 1 SP more. So I've done these changes a long time ago when I first released it. 1 SP more, but it still comes out at 2 special point timer. So I don't think it'll affect it too much. It also comes with an MG, as you'll see, and a flag bearer. Where's that flag bearer? Oh, there you are. Hoorah! Then you have oh, forgot to mention, guys, all the 3 special point half-track guys come out 30 seconds earlier than other 3 special points. Or maybe a bit more. I'm pretty sure it's just 30 seconds, so you could go that route to pressure. And that's one of the, I guess, benefits now of going that 3 special point half-track unit, when in the past it was hardly used. At 4 SP you got a KV-1 flamer, so decent vehicle, you can shoot as well, obviously, and flame. Then you have also the KV-2, the balance is 180. I believe it's pretty sure it's not affected by the DMS changes. I'm pretty sure it's still 180. Oh no, it's not. Wow. Okay, I need to change that. So this is meant to be 180 range as previously, because Soviets do need a tank to counter Germany, and that was the only way to counter it. It was just too cheap. So at 6 XP, SP will be decent. Then you have assault troops. These come out 1 special points earlier, a 5 SP timer instead of a 6 SP timer, to be more relevant at the time, instead of when the Vet Tiger comes. And then you have the IS-3 at 10 SP. Those are the Soviet changes. Okay, Great Britain, no longer called Commonwealth, as there is another Commonwealth nation. For Great Britain, you have the assault squads, which were changed to 10 MP more expensive. And oh, sorry, I forgot to mention across the board, regular squads have decreased because MGs have decreased in price. It's by, I think, 5 MP. So everything's cheaper, MG-wise. Elite Marksman, same thing. Also, this is the first time we have a nation without the automatics. The non-automatic Elite Marksman price has been reduced. So the automatic ones haven't, just the non-autos. Officer, I forgot to mention, is decreased, but I don't think we'll see this in the smaller team games. Nothing else has changed here. Artillery is cheaper as per usual. In here the CP has been fixed for the crew AA. Not sure if that's been fixed in the default. Then in the other tank support you have changes here. You got the other crew. No, you don't actually. Sorry, nothing's really changed. Tanks all the same. For the special points you have. The UK is obviously really good already, so I didn't have to balance it too much. Then you have the Commando Saboteurs. It's like Devil's Brigade basically. The UK's Devil's Brigade. They got stealth and 2 Piats. Then got the LRDG Raiders, which is a pretty insane unit. Comes in decal front, and it's manned by elite scouts inside, so they're really good. One of these guys does have a radio op, Just one shot though. The guy at the very end. So they're all high tier troops, all stealth, so you can use them to charge in and drop the flare, the track, or just take this guy out. This is probably the safer route. Go nuts. So 5 SP now for the 95 too. 3 SP, remember, they come out earlier. Those half-track guys. Or Arty, it comes out at 5 special points timer, but it's still 6 SP, so it'll be valuable now in terms of timing. Then you have that turtle for that big game. It's quite invulnerable from the front. There you go. Okay, now we go for France. I'm not going to go through every unit as they're all new, but I'll go through some of the mechanics, which may not be, I guess, obvious. So French has a very cool thing where resistance units, they have stealth. So the 60 MP unit has stealth. So you could probably use some of these guys as fodder, something to sneak on the side, which would be a very unique thing for France. Saboteurs also have stealth, so their highest tier troops have stealth. And that also goes for their elite marksmen. Okay, so those are the interesting units. Over in here you have your elite marksman, which is the best in the game. The Delar, because of the Delar rifle. They have the Delar rifle, which is absolutely crazy with killing infantry. But it is the most expensive. And they do have shotgunners as well at 50 MP. In this area, the bike is relatively cheap. You have the Lafley, which is extremely fast rushing unit. Let's keep in note, Hushkus is like a Olicon. This fires really fast. I don't know if I should go through every unit, to be honest. You just look at the stats. You want to go to the AMR. AMR is also like a infantry killer type vehicle. So these are, I guess, key. They're all quite useful. The tanks have reduced in price since release as well, so they can be a bit more viable. Special units, guerrillas, come in half track. They have stealth too. It's changed from previous, so it's actually, I suppose, more decent enough for pressure, as they did like that. 80 gun light out RT is reduced in price as well. Thing with Commando Raid is no, that's the stealth one. Oh, is it the stealth one with the 6-pounder? Okay, this is the Devil's Brigade with the 6-pounder, basically 6-pounder call. I believe this guy has it, the pistol guy with the 6-pounder drop. And then you also have the TOG, which is great. Matilda and British Expeditionary Force, Grand Battery. I think that comes out at 6 XP, but with a 7 SP cost. 6 SP timer. Chemical gun, still I don't think the chemical guns are balanced correctly, so won't be very useful. De Gaulle's Ninth, I fixed that to have AP shells, so you'll see a lot more AP shells too. Yep, so those are the massive main changes. I do have another video of France in a previous playlist somewhere. You can check that out. Okay, Italy's a bit of a strange one. They have a few strange units with the recruit squad having a Panzerfaust. They got relatively cheap elite units, but the weaponry is not that great. For specialized troops, you have the you can call an individual grenade rifle. I won't go through all the units again, just show some of them which are different, and you won't know without, I guess, looking at it thoroughly. Some pretty good vehicles here. So this one's a pretty good one to counter 20mm type vehicles. Then you have the usual, you have the 20mm, you also have your own kind of 75mm AA. Artillery is cheap too. You got your flame tank, which is pretty interesting. It's got an extra 5 range, I believe, on other flamers. It's a decent type vehicle. After that, you got some other tanks. So these tanks are really cheap from Italy. Basically, they're very cheap, not very good, but they're good for pressure if you want to keep attacking. They do have a few German options. Thing to note is you do have awesome tank destroyers. You can also buy like a Stir type unit in normal MP. It's like a Stir, that's why it's 1000 MP. Your tank destroyers are relatively inexpensive and very good. So you can see the top tank destroyer 750 MP. Penetration and max range is 88. Then you go to your special points. Some things you may not know. Carabiniere. Carabinare. I don't know how you say it. It sounds like a spaghetti dish. What do you call it? Carbonara. can spot better, has longer viewing range. They're not great at shooting, but yeah, they can see very, very far and spot stealthy units. That's why they're the police force, basically. And you have howitzers. They're viable now because they're very accurate. In fact, I am going to release a patch which will reduce the accuracy of the 1 special point 1, but not the 2 special point 1 because it is quite expensive. What do you get? I fixed the guns on these two from previous patches. So you have the Eastern Front veterans. They are just like Brandenburgers. They have stealth. Panzer N comes at the 2 special point timer, just to let you know. It costs 3 special points. Adra, all have stealth. Remember, you can charge them in if you want. They have stealth though, so you may want to use them stealthily. If not, just drop the bazooka guys off on the side, the last 2 guys there, and go in. That's how you should really fight these Adra. And they got pretty good HP. Afrika Korps, that's going to be fixed, to be honest, to be more viable with a low CP cost. Then you have Italian Bombardment 6 SP, comes at 5 SP timer, and very low CP, 10 CP, so this is one of the unique things of Italians. And German Heavy Tank, not a veteran Tiger, normal Tiger, but with some Panzergren support, or paratrooper support, sorry. What was it, Panzergrens? I can't remember. Yeah. There you go, those are the main things of Italy. Hi guys, Finland. So these are this is an Axis nation, remember, when you're playing them. So play it versus the Allied nation. A good thing about Finland is they have Panzerfaust in their regular and assaults. Things with also do this is they have the best SMG in the game. A bit more accurate than the Pipasha, but pretty much the same thing. SMGs, you can see, 16 MP, they're very expensive. Other than that, they do have some interesting units. Bike is cheaper, obviously, again. You have your Lati 80 rifle, which is emplacement kind of 80 rifle. Pretty cool. So here you have a few options, lots of options for 80 weaponry. Nibelwerfer as well. You have this OT 1300. This is 130, sorry. This is one thing to keep in note. It comes quite early, so you can use this as a rush vehicle. Just watch out for those 20 mils, which should be out shortly after. Then you have your tank support. Interesting things to note. I won't go through every single one. You can do that. Panzer 4 J is actually very slow in turning its turret. It was hand crank historically. That's why it is slow. But otherwise, it's got good armor. I think 80-80. Oh, 80-50. My bad. Just cheaper. Yep, okay. Then you have the Stug with nice logs on the side. For special points, light infantry, thing to note with this is light infantry is fast. Historically, they took some sort of drugs. That's why they were fast. Then you have your indirect maximum support. Pretty cool. Not very accurate, but you can shoot over an arc, so you can see it shoots everywhere. It's not, to be honest, it's once you fire, it keeps firing that position. It's like more of a thing where you can pin down units behind cover and kind of hurt them too, to be honest, from anywhere really. It's just a big annoying weapon for 1 SP. Trench clearing, flamers, White Death. This is one interesting one where it's changed now. But when you kill a unit, it won't reveal itself, no matter what. So you got to actually see it by walking to it, or spotting it with another sniper. It doesn't reveal itself. The mechanics used to be where it was fast to kill, aim shot, and also it had longer range, but not anymore. It's like a normal sniper, just doesn't reveal itself when it fires. Props to Simahaya, the best sniper in history, with the most kill counts in history of warfare. Man of High Line, interesting. Remember, you can build units. You got a pack, but you have some units with a pistol, and these guys can go into this cog. Oops, not this guy. Where's one of the guys? Let's find him. This cog, and just drag, point where you want the bunker to face, and it'll build a bunker. And it will build a bunker. Okay, so while it's going, Vet Arty gets more accurate the more times it fires at the same area. Thing to note, you probably wouldn't know. 20 attachment, so nuts. It's the 4 SP charge of the Finnish team, and they have elite troops in there with snipers. Look how many. It's nuts. That's pretty much it for interesting units. Oh, forgot, they're the only nation with a tank in their mechanized but they don't have, it's got less troops on it, but they sit on the tank, you can see, and it's quite expensive. Just drop them off. Business. Good rushing unit. And you can see this thing is facing that way where we pointed to. There's Finnish. There's the Finnish nation. So next up, British Commonwealth. Their assault squads have increased in price, just like the UK Commonwealth team. Great Britain now it's called. What's different to them? They've got some different troops here. You can figure that out. They've got native ammo carriers, which does have small arms ammo. We'll probably change it to carrier crate soon. But keep in note, these guys have stealth as well, and they're a bit faster. Then you have your carriers, some Brin carriers in here, pretty much like UK equipment. Remember the Arties are cheaper. They've got this howitzer, 260 MP, does quite a bit of damage, but a bit inaccurate. Pretty big caliber. Pretty good howitzer to have. Remember the Vickers from VRB? It's like the 50 cal type unit, or more like a 20mm type unit, to be honest. It's 13.2mm. Then you got your own 20mm. It's based on rushing. Really, this nation is based on rushing and pressure. Got lots of lights to charge, cheap lights, interesting unit stackhand, good armor, 6-pounder gun, Bofors 40mm AA, decent as well. Your variety of tanks. So you got the M3 Grant, and then you can go to the Challenger, which is its best unit, tank wise. Then you got your tank destroyers and a really pretty cheap half-track tank destroyer with a 6-pounder. So a bit of risk involved with some of their tanks, but decent damage for price. So special MP, King Africa is just like elite marksman, basically, pretty much, kinda. And you have your native grenade guides, which see further, so they can spot units far away, and also stealthy units. They also do have stealth, so you could even use these to sneak around if you like. This is a patrol, 1 SP, pretty much like a half track. We can see MGs on all 3 corners, rush in there, go nuts. Thing with this unit is to note is that it isn't tied to other 1 SP, so and also to note, this doesn't come out until the 2 SP timer. After 2 SP timer, you can spam it with other 1 SP units, because it's not linked to any timers or any other thing. So Rats at Tabuk, not as good firepower as the other 2 special point infantry, but they have more hit points at 350. Gun carrier, mortar, decent. I'll let you figure that out. Sacred Band, pretty cool. 3 jeeps, MGs, Greeks on MGs, Greeks with MGs, I mean. Gurkhas, they have stealth, and they have insane amount of hit points. Not very good weaponry, but they're a decent choice too. Grizzly, just remember it's got a bit more armor than a normal Sherman, but no MG, 50 cal. That's pretty much interesting to note. Canadian Para, these guys come with 2 6-pounder para drops, if you mind, on the pistol guys, 1 each. And that's pretty much it. The AA gunners do have a special or faster reload and accuracy. So there's British Commonwealth. Hi guys, and this is Hungary. So Hungary has a decent SMG. They've got more in their paras. They've got a few more AT weaponry and MGs. Their Panzergrens also do have MGs, and that's pretty much normal, I guess, for the Panzergrens. That's pretty much what's interesting about them there. Nothing changed really here, nothing added, I mean. Their bike is a bit cheaper as all nations. Remember, Artie's cheaper, just reminding you as this is the last nation I'm going through. Pack 40 is cheaper as per all nations which have the Pack 40. Look at the Nebel. In here they have the CISPA and Toldi. Toldi's like a looks. Just remember that. CISPA 39 is like a 2-2. They're very similar to Germany, but with more rushing options, basically. Then you have your Turans. Remember, Turan 3 is very, very nuts for the medium late game for them. 80-80 armor and body, like a H. Then you got your other varieties here. Zrenri 43M. This is like a Stug. Sorry, got it wrong. This is 100. This is a Stug with more better armor. A few other options. Marder, I forgot to mention Marder for Germany also is not in special points anymore. It's here, like Hungary, and at 400 MP. So for specials, remember this unit cannot leave spawn. It's got awesome firepower. You can do some fast shooting trickery, but it's stuck in spawn, guys. It is useful on some maps, maybe OP on some, to be honest. You got your 40M Cispa for rushing, and this one is just for defense, MG and AT gun. These are just infantry calls. Remember, Rapid Corps is like a 3 special points unit that comes. One is comes 30 seconds earlier. Then you got Nimrod, 40M, German Hetzer comes a bit later, like the Hetzer of Germany. Why is this so slow? Is it not? Okay, I just didn't accelerate properly. Then you got your Defend Budapest 4 SP 2-pack 40s, 6 Panzer Army, 16 comes at a 4 SP timer, but it's 5 SP. Zelenry 2, Stug type unit, Veteran Taz, like a Panther but a bit better. And you got your Taz and German Heavy Tiger. So that's Hungary in a nutshell. The units will explore here, but that's basically what's there. So to sum up overall, just remember that Elite Marksman balance has changed. Artillery is cheaper, mortars are cheaper, some AT guns are cheaper. Generally, yeah, new special points are there to hopefully change the game a bit, be a bit more useful. Remember, Axis versus Allies, that's how the game is balanced and will be balanced. So yeah, keep wondering what your ideas are on the next tournament and how it should be playing out. Some sort of territory game sounds like fun to me. Some sort of stick with your nation thing as well. And territory based on map, that is. That'd be cool. Too bad, one thing though, too bad there's no some sort of continuation battle to battle. It'd be good to have troops that gain veterancy, lose veterancy, or gain strength and lose army strength. Anyway, see you around, guys. Hope that was useful. Have a good one.